Hi there, I'm back and we're going to read the second half of this wonderful fanfiction. Just a heads up, it's about to get a little steamy in these next few paragraphs. It was evening and the streets were dark. The street lamps were all trashed. This is the perfect disguise to Batman and Robocop searching.
Alright, Robocop, we must find something to attach to your crotch so you can fuck me. Let's search the garbage.
Batman and Robocop entered a dark alley and started to look out in the trash for some phallic object that could be attached. Batman then said,
Look, Robocop, it's a flashlight. Do you think you can use it?
It's too small, Batman. I need an 8-inch good metallic part. That shit is made of plastic. Batman then searched more, but no use. Batman then remembered his Bat Utilities belt. He reached for it and found a Bat smoke grenade, cylindric, 8-inched, and good titanium metal cover.
Robocop, I found it, but you must be gentle, or you could put off the grenade pin.
Robocop picked the grenade, attached in his crotch, and red lights immediately got red on the grenade's body.
What is this, Robo?
It means I'm very excited. Your ass is very round, and I love a leather-clad man.
Whoa, I never saw my ass. I guess the leather modeled him very good. Boo now, Robocop. We need lube, and I don't have any, only boot grease.
We could use my lubricant oil, but it is old and need a change, so there's no problem wasting it. Robocop then pushed a button on his left buttock, liberating a good dose of oil from his penis grenade.
This grenade is very large, Robocop. Don't go fast, or you will rip my hemorrhoids.
Demand computed. I'm adjusting pumping pressure. It's adjusted to level 3 from 10 possible levels of pressure. Batman then cracked open an abandoned warehouse, a famous bums community. But today the vagrants are partying at the beach, making orgies and drinking hot beer. There's a dirty bed full of dandruff and pubic hair. The semen is still fresh and smelling very bad, all mixed with black-red blood. Probably a hobo was fucking the unwashed, dung-filled, hemorrhagic ass of a tramp. That was only usable bed. The others were shredded, covered in vomit and worms.
Robocop, you stay under me. I'm not touching this AIDS-covered shit.
Computed, Batman. I don't need to move myself. My adapted penis is capable of independent movements. Robocop laid on the bed, waiting for Batman ass to come and involve his machine-pumping-ready member. Batman removed his gloves, his pants, his cape, and his shirt. He was only dressed in his boots, to not touch the bed, his Bat Utilities belt, and his mask. His dick was very hard, because this was the first time Batman would make love with a cyborg man. Bats them sat, and the cylinder slowly opened his ass. The old oil was helping a lot, but Batman found problem.
Robocop, it's so cold here.
No problem, Batman. Then Robocop activated the thermal transport unit, heating the penis grenade to the temperature of the human body.
Oh, that's better. You really know how to please a man, Robocop,
said Batman, moving his body up and down the titanium power rod. The artificial nature of that android could matter less to Batman. He could feel a heart beating inside the steel-covered chest. Batman was still penetrated softly, reaching his hands on Robocop's thighs. The hardness of the machine man was very ostensible. The stele of the legs was very sensual, resembling his Batmobile bodywork. Robocop was liking too, despite his dull countenance. He'd never penetrated such a strong man as Batman. With his hands, he gently cherishes the scar-laden back of the man-bat, feeling every imperfection and brutality his lover suffered throughout his life. For this moment, he can ease the pain the lonely man stands every day in the violent and stark streets. The two loving beings were very strongly bound, because the daily hardness and drudgery blocked their hearts to little pleasures a man should have, in the intimate moments. They could understand one another, could share their traumas and loneliness, could love again, if only for that night. The other day, early in the morning, the two lovers woke up. They kisses one another, and then Batman saw something.
Look, Robocop, your memory's back up. Now we can save my identity.
Yes, it is correct, Ratman. But there was something Robocop wasn't telling Batman. Something sad.
Robocop, I collected this incenses and shoot this photo from my deceased cousin. Do you have something like this in your memory bank?
Let me. Analyzing. Analysis complete. Crossing the information on both subjects, I found this connects with a group of New Age hippies called the Return of the Flower King. They worship 70s crap bands and sell secondhands, the Mamas and Papas t-shirt, 2 old ladies living in the suburb.
They look dangerous. I guess we should check them.
Batman called a taxi. Batman called a taxi! And both Batman and Robocop entered, going to the lunatic hippies' headquarters. After a while, they arrived. That was a strange place, a big castle covered with grave flowers and smelling incense everywhere.
It's the same smell I felt at Oliver's place,
said Batman. Robocop then analyzed the place with his thermal goggles. There are 3 individuals inside. They have no weapons and look very aged.
Strange. I guess we should eavesdrop.
As they approached the place, Bats saw a circle with a flower upside down. Inside the building, walls through a window.
It's the same symbol. These people must have been involved in the crime.
Batman lockpicked the door, and they entered. The entrance hall was narrow and full of old vinyls. As the heroes approached another door, a gas leaked in. Batman, it's a trap, said Robocop in his monotone voice.
No, we're seriously fucked, Robo.
The 2 men tried to open the doors, but all locked. They were feeling dizzy. The gas was affecting them. After a minute, they passed out. Wake up, you bastards, shouted the old hippie, slapping Robocop in Batman's faces. You want to invade our divine shrine, don't you? Batman got control of himself again. He and Robo were chained to a chair, in the middle of a big room, with 3 hippies looking at them and a legion of zombies behind, waiting orders.
Why did you kill Oliver?
We didn't kill him. He is reborn like the others. We taught him the way of hippie life. They fight against the Vietnam, the corporations, and the pottery industry. Now they will be our sexual zombie slaves, cried the mad hippie. You bastards, said Robocop with a monotone voice. You can't understand. The dream must not end. The peace and love is eternal. Mwahahaha! The lead hippie snapped his fingers, and the zombie legion moved towards the heroes.
Fuck,
said Batman.
These corpses are gonna eat our brains. We have no hope, Robocop. It's all over. If only I could kiss you again.
Sorry, Batman. It's sad our relationship ends this way. The zombies are approaching the heroes. Every time nearer, every time faster. And then they stop. They are completely immobile, doing nothing and only staring at Robocop and Batman. Batman, these zombies aren't going to eat us.
Looks like this. But why?
The mad leader hippie them shout. Why the fuck are stuck? Come on, eat the bastards! Batman looked down, thought a bit, and understood.
You, shit hippie. You told me you taught them the hippie way of life, didn't you?
Yeah?
This is elementary, my dear, smelly, disease-laden, intelligent animals friend. The hippie way of life means peace, love, and a meat-free regimen. These zombies only eat vegetables.
The hippies understood and looked down, clenched his hands, looked up and uttered, No!
And there's more. My friend here only eats car oil. I only eat bats and rats. But you 3, I believe, are full of delicious fruits, green plants, and mucil inside your stomachs.
The 3 hippies looked at one another in horror. The zombies looked at one another in joy! Now they are going to eat good and healthy food! The undead started to move in the hippies' direction. They were encircled and couldn't escape. Oliver was the first, ripping the lead hippie belly open and opening the stomach with his nails. The hippie's bowels fell to the ground and was stuffed with delicious grass. But zombies didn't want to eat because there is blood. Don't be afraid, zombies, said Robocop. There is blood full of vitamin and minerals. Iron is good for your heart. The zombies smiled and started to eat the three hippies alive, drinking all of their blood, eating the bones and licking the skin. They only left intact the meat because it is sin. After the crime was solved, it's time to depart. Bruce Wayne was holding Robocop's hands and looking into his helmet-covered eyes.
Robocop, you made me a new man. It is a shame we have to go separate ways. Will you remember me forever?
Yes, Bruce. Yes. And the two joined their lips, doing their last kiss. Bruce then waved his hand, entered a taxicab, and went away to Gotham. But Robocop didn't tell Bruce that his memories of their love night will exist no more. They must be erased together with the knowledge of his secret identity, for the sake of Batman's crime fighting for the humanity. It will be as though it never happened. But one thing Robocop knew, he won't have the memories, but his passion and strong feelings will be forever in his heart. That can't be destroyed. The end. So I hope you enjoyed this terrible, horrible, horrific reading. This probably isn't the last one. There is another fanfiction by Mr. Comics Mix that I would like to do, simply because it is so absurd. I simply can't ignore it. It's called Naked Heart and the Soul of the Sun. And it's a Powerpuff Girls fanfiction. And I will just read I'll just read one line from it to really get across how insane this will be. Utonium's last words to his daughter was, "My dears, please never touch other girls' vaginal fluids. You can get Ebola." And he died. So look for that, because that's going to be fucking wonderful.